Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video. So
with the rumors of Apple buying out a big Hollywood outlet, specifically Sony, let's talk about what this would mean for the industry and specifically for Spider-Man.
Huh? What's the future? The future of Spider-Man. The future of Spider-Man is going to be with Sony regardless. What's he talking about? Let's see what he's talking about. Let's see what he's talking about.
So naturally, the Hollywood industry is always seeing shakeups.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Canceled movies, people shifting jobs, and of course, major buyouts between either like contracts or renewals.
Yes, that's kind of true.
Or something happening. But the most recent is going to be pretty big, considering that Sony hasn't really been in a good position for...
Actually, it's been in a good position for the last year now, so,
landscape of media is changing to one
still salty about Venom being successful, but...
pay for your service all in one like Comcast and get everything, get TV and everything bundled. People are slowly moving to all streaming, and it's really the wave of the future. I mean, it makes the most amount of sense. I can pick what I want, and I'll watch that, and I'm still, in the long run, even if I subscribe to everything, saving more money. So it makes sense. So Sony doesn't really have a foot in the door when it comes to this. You know, they got the PlayStation Network, but
they do, but that's not all of it.
What they need to survive in Hollywood, right?
They just made a bunch of money on multiple films.
The reports that Apple is looking to buy them and is probably going to buy them is very much valid. Now, at the same time, people have to understand, and something I've talked about before when we talked, all the way back about what happens if Sony ever gets bought out. We were talking about this last year and the year before, really.
If Sony would ever get bought out, the rights stay with Apple, which I know you're going to get at, right?
And this is the fact that if they're bought out, the Spider-Man character rights and everything reverts back to the original owner, which would never...
Wrong! Wrong, 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 wrong! Wrong! You are wrong! So, let's talk about this first of all, since I don't want to watch any more of this fake newser that lies to his fans. Okay, so, yet again, Mr. Comic Book Cast 2 doesn't seem to understand how contracts work, or how studios work. He basically claims in the video that, the whole... they don't revert back, or whatever. They don't, basically what he's saying is that Apple, when they buy, if they buy Sony, is that, the IP is basically, it can't revert to the new owners or whatever. That's what he's basically trying to get at. So it would automatically go back to Marvel, which is Disney. Here's why he's wrong about this, and even some of his fans commented about this, not surprising because Comic Book Cast just creates fake news and lies to his fans, as usual, because he's still salty about Venom doing successful, because, just a couple of videos ago, he basically insulted Venom again. Even though Venom did great, he's still trying to be salty about it, because Venom did great. Still can't accept that Venom is a trilogy. And made the most money in I shouldn't say it made the most money in 2018, but it was a top 5. It was a top 5 movie in terms of money. In terms of money, it was in the top 5 in 2018, for sure. Especially for superheroes, obviously. Okay, so he's saying how it would not it would not be able to go with Apple. He's basically saying that Spider-Man, the cinematic rights to Spider-Man can't go with Apple if Apple buys Sony. Okay, for one thing, this is what he doesn't seem to understand, or he just conveniently forgets that so he can get his fans all excited, that don't know this shit. He's basically lying because here's how it works. Apple doesn't have a film studio. They're not like Disney, who are buying 20th Century Fox, where they already have a film studio. You know what I'm saying? They already have a film studio, and Fox is basically going to probably just be morphed in Disney, or maybe they'll have their own film division. Who knows? But regardless, Apple doesn't have a film division. They don't own films. Like, they make computers and stuff like that, and cell phones and whatnot, iPhones. Okay, they don't have a film division. So what will happen is, if Apple does decide to buy Sony, it will still be Sony. It will still be Sony Pictures. Which means Spider-Man will stay put with Sony and Apple. Because Apple, when they buy it, they're buying it for their own movie division. So now they will own Sony, and they will basically just, it will be their own movie division. That doesn't mean Venom, Spider-Man, all those characters that Sony owns won't go with them. They will go with them because they're not getting rid of Sony. They're just buying it. They are buying it. They're not changing the name. They're not. I'm almost certain they're not going to change the name. It's still going to be Sony Pictures. Still going to be their own film studio. It's just going to be under new ownership. That's all it is. For example, Funimation was purchased by Sony Pictures, actually, coincidentally, about a year ago. Does that mean that Funimation is now Sonymation? No, they're not. They're still Funimation under new ownership. That's what will happen. Apple wouldn't be buying Sony to basically change the name of the company and rebrand it, or just throw it out of business, because they're not going to do that. You know, they want to buy it so they have a movie division. That's what they're buying. That's what they'd be buying it for. They wouldn't be buying it for you know, to end Sony, or to just take them out of business, like Disney will basically do to 20th Century Fox film division. Or I think they will. Maybe not, but they could if they wanted to, because there's really no need for it, because they have their own movie division. You know what I'm saying? Just like how WWE bought WCW. They already have their own wrestling company, so obviously they're just going to end WCW. You know what I'm saying? That's called a buyer just trying to get it out of business, because they don't need it, because they're in competition with them. Apple's not in competition with Sony. Okay, they're not in competition with Sony Pictures for film movies. They are buying to get into the film industry game. And that's why they would buy Sony. But they're not going to rename it or whatever. They're not going to change it to Apple Sony or whatever. Some people are saying that they might change the name of the PlayStation to Apple Station or something like that. They're not going to do that. They're going to keep the name the same. It's still going to be called Sony. It's just going to be under new ownership, basically. That's what it basically is. So all this bullshit that Comic Book Cast said on his YouTube video was false. He lied to you. He lied to your audience, which is why I'm making this video on him. Like, I don't want to be making these many videos on this guy, but if he's going to keep being an idiot, I'm going to call him out on it, because he's lying to the audience. And that's spreading out fake bullshit. Okay? And it's all because he's only doing this because he knows that Venom made a lot of money, so he just wants to spread all this bullshit as much as he possible so he can just, you know, end our Venom cinematic universe, basically. That's what he wants to do, because Venom made money. He's salty about it because he knows there's going to be a sequel regardless, and he's all salty about it. Contracts have been signed, buddy. It's going to happen. Venom 2 is happening. You know, just like how Dark Phoenix is happening. Okay, that's happening, and whatever else Fox plans to do, because I guess was it Brazil? Brazil is delayed it or whatever, so they can't do anything until Brazil approves, until all the countries approve, which I'm surprised about Brazil. I thought it would, for sure, would have been China, but so that won't be until like summer or later, depending on all the delays again from other countries, but. You know, so, Venom 2 is happening, you know, and Spider-Man as a whole, you know, for movies, he is going to still be a part of Sony. That's not changing, buddy. You can be salty all you want, but don't fucking lie to your fans. Do not freaking lie to your fans. Because you know, just like that Hugh Jackman video you made, it already had happened and you freaking made the video anyways. You know, you do this on purpose to create drama, fake news, fake everything when you know it's not true. You know it's not true. And, you know, I knew you were going to make this video when you made the whole thing about Apple possibly buying Sony, which we don't know for sure if that's going to be a thing or not. But if it is, it's not going to be the way you think it is. You know, it's not going to go the way you think it is, which I know you're just full of shit right now and just trying to create all the spectacular drama because you are still salty about Venom. And your last film talking about Venom, you know, about Venom 2 being confirmed, pretty much confirmed that you still want to hate on Venom and don't want to admit that you were wrong. You know, if I'm wrong about a movie, I'll admit it. You know, I talked shit about Aquaman a couple videos ago. If I'm wrong about that film and it does good, you know, I'll admit that I'm wrong about it. But you're still salty. You still won't admit that you were wrong about it. You still want to shit on the film, even indirectly, because you know you can't say it verbally, but you can say it indirectly, and that's why you do it. You keep these stupid jabs at it with your little 2-minute videos. So that's what I got to say about this guy. It's really a shame that someone that has as many subscribers as you do has to create bullshit video after bullshit video just to get your point across, even though you know you're wrong. You know, I get criticized about making, you know, videos of Dragon Ball Z, you know, because of the way I like it in the English dub. But you literally do shit that's blatantly lies. You blatantly lie to your audience and then try to justify it. And that just annoys the fuck out of me. Someone like you that has as many views and subscribers as you do, you know, and there are people, because I've seen videos of people that have made videos on you, and you act like an asshole to them too. There was some guy that, I don't know what his YouTube name was, but there was like some big YouTuber that's bigger than him that made like a video. He was like a Star Wars fan or something. He made a video about him, and this dude commented. He commented, right, about it, like, you know, because he basically just debunked him in all his points and stuff like that. And, you know, he commented about it. Oh, you know, your video only, you know, made this amount of views because you talked about me or whatever. And then he just replied back and said, the previous video that I made double amount of the views this did, and your name wasn't involved in that video. Like, I mean, that's what this comic book cast guy is. He fucking, you know, he only takes his time to watch like someone that's bigger than him. He won't watch this video. He didn't watch any of my other videos. You know, because I'm not like on his level. But if someone made a video on him that's bigger than him or is close to him, he'll fucking comment on it, and then he'll act like an asshole to them, you know, and try to chop it off. Oh, it's only because you mentioned my name on there. I can't remember what that video was, but it was hilarious. I was laughing at it. If I find out what the video, if I remember what the video was, I'll freaking link it, because it's hilarious. It was about Star Wars or something, but it was fucking hilarious. I was laughing at it because of how stupid this guy is half the time when he makes videos. Excuse my French, frickin', but I just don't like people that do this stupid shit, that create clickbait and frickin' lies blatantly to their fans. It's just bullshit. Yeah, that's what I gotta say about this guy. You know, don't believe what he said about Sony. You know, disregard his video. It's bullshit. It's a lie. Sony Pictures is still going to be Sony Pictures if Apple does buy it, which I don't think they will, because Sony's actually doing pretty good right now. So I can't see Sony wanting to be bought, because like they're right now making money. Like, so I can't see it, but I didn't think Fox would be purchased by Disney, so anything can happen, really, when it comes to buying stuff. But to me, it would just be kind of weird that, you know, Apple is just deciding, like, all of a sudden to get into it. But they'd mainly be doing it, I think, for the PlayStation 2, though. Because PlayStation, you know, competes with Microsoft and, you know, the iOS and stuff like that. You know, it's easy for them to compete against it. But, you know, this is what I got to say about Comic Book Cast, you know, because it just amazes me at how, you know, ridiculous his videos are now. At this point, I'm seeing all these stupid videos that he comes up with. It's just ridiculous. And that's what I gotta say, guys. Don't listen to it. He's wrong. He's not telling the truth to you guys. Comment, rate. If you like this video and my videos, please subscribe. That's about it, guys. That's all I gotta really say about this bullshit. I'm the SS Ultimate Goku, and I'm out of here. Peace. We are Venom. We're not going anywhere, Comic Book Cast. So don't you think we will. Peace.